So mama, don't you wait on me. I know I told you I'd be back by 3. But I got caught up in the situation, oh shit. On the other side of heaven where the Lord sits. So mama, don't you wait on me. Don't wait up, don't wait up, don't wait up. Say mama, don't you wait on me. Don't wait up, don't wait up. So mama, don't you wait on me. Don't wait up, don't wait up. No mama, don't you wait for me.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you both feeling today?
I'm just there.
Could be better.
All right. I can feel some tension. Let's get into it. What's the problem?
The problem is this man that's sitting beside me.
She called me this man because she's angry. You are that angry that you can't even remember your husband's name.
Is the problem.
Is it me you are calling this man? Really?
Yes, because I don't know what to call you. I can't call you Tunde, and I can't call you my husband. I don't even know who you are anymore. It seems since we entered this country, you left whoever you are back in Muritala. I don't know you anymore.
Can we just take a moment and let's take it one step at a time? What is the exact problem that you want to talk about?
This man is irresponsible father and is an irresponsible husband. If you are responsible, you will not be telling me. You will not open your mouth and tell me that we should send my 2-year-old son back to Nigeria. Never. Well, I'm calling today this man because the behavior is questionable. How can you open your mouth and be telling me we should send my son to Nigeria like the other city? Right from time that we came here, like, we don't want any separation. We want to be together as a family. That was the purpose of moving here in the first place. So all of a sudden, you are saying that you want to send him back.
So couples need to understand that irrespective of whatever the problem they are going through or they are facing, they shouldn't, say negative things or call each other names. Whenever there is a problem, you must try as much as possible to focus on the main issue.
Just know that when Tunde, when he start complaining about anything, he already has his plan. He has already executed everything in his head.
What do you mean when I start complaining I have plan? Like, how? Like, and why are you calling me irresponsible? Why? I don't understand you. If I was irresponsible, we wouldn't be here in the first place. Everything we have now and everything we have achieved now is because of my hard work. So now if you are calling me irresponsible, she's just being illogical and too emotional about this. Besides, this thing is not even like a permanent solution. Even me, I'm not happy that my son is going away. So I don't understand her. Irresponsible. When we reach home, she would repeat it.
Let's forget who is responsible or not. That's not the main issue that has brought you guys here today. The main issue is about your son. So, Mr. Tunde, why do you feel the need to send your son back to Nigeria?
Because I love him.
I know you love him, but that's not a valid reason. That's not even the valid reason. You're saying because you love him. Me too, I love him. And it's obviously, we know who loves who more, because that means I love my son more.
There is no father in his right mind that would watch what is happening to his son and not make the decisions I've made. This boy is in a very, I won't say toxic, but he's in a vacuum. We are not taking care of him adequately. And the best thing for him would be to be with family in a warm environment that would nurture him well. And when things are better for us, that we can give him more attention and more time, he will come back. So yeah, I love my son. And it is because of this love that I'm making this decision. No other reason. All logical reasoning would give you the conclusion that the best thing for us as a family would be to send him back to Nigeria.
Also, Mr. Tunde,
It's been hard for me. And she might not even want to admit it, but it's been hard for us. It's been hard for her too. things have just been crazy since we moved here, which, of course, you know about it. I work all the time, and she's working part-time. Plus, she needs to babysit and mind the child when she's not working. And then when she's working and when I'm not working and I'm home, I take over the babysitting duties. And I work nights. So when I'm back from work, the boy runs around. I don't sleep during the day. It's messed up my sleep pattern. My circadian rhythm is effed up. You know, when I was young, my dad would sit out in the evening and just look straight and be thinking. I used to wonder, what's this man thinking about? So now I understand what he's thinking about. It's hard. It's hard being a man and a husband. My mental health is in shambles. I'm messed up. I don't even sleep well anymore. Things have just been hard for us financially since the boy has. So yeah, it's just we're in debt. I use my salary to pay last month's debt. I'm always on overdraft, and then the cycle goes on and on. It's just hard. I must tell you, it's hard.
Oga therapist, I don't care if fire is coming out of his mouth. I don't care if you will not laugh in 10 years or you have not laughed for 10 years. My own one and lonely son is not going anywhere.
Of course, she doesn't love me. I knew that from the beginning. She's never cared about me. She cares about herself and her son. Hence the reason why I'm the one making all these decisions. And she just does things to benefit herself. So now she's working part-time and I'm working full-time. And with all the time I spend at work, she still wants me to come back and help her babysit when she works. Part-time, by the way. And on top of that, I still have to pay all the bills. It's just madness. And if she says she doesn't care, she means it. She didn't blot it out. She actually means it. So I'm fine. I'm fine if she doesn't care about me. But yeah, he's going back to Nigeria.
Amaka, I don't want you to shut him up while he's talking, because at the moment he's feeling vulnerable and we have to create a safe space for him, and that is why you guys are here today.
The therapist was saying I should let him be vulnerable. He's supposed to be hard guy. You reach in front of therapy, they form vulnerability. That is my own space. That's what I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be the one to be vulnerable here.
So when men are being vulnerable, to others, it feels like they are complaining. To their partners, it feels like they're not being man enough, or they're seen as being weak. And this is a problem with our society today, and why a lot of men go through mental problems, mental issues. And that is what Amaka was doing to Tunde, and I wasn't comfortable with that. So men, we need to speak up. We need to create a safe space where men can actually be vulnerable and speak about their issues. So, Mr. Tunde, can you continue, please?
You know, I didn't just wake up and just decided to send my son back to Nigeria. I thought about this logically so many times over and over again. I've checked all the pros and cons. And the only logical conclusion would be to send him back to Nigeria.
And who did you discuss? You just sit down, you thought. That's even the problem. You just sit down, you've thought about it. Okay, so we were supposed to be one. So who did you have that discussion with? Who did you decide that with? Who did you discuss it with?
I had a discussion with one of my friends. Remember, he sent his daughter back to Nigeria when things were difficult for them. And after 4 months, things picked up for them financially.
Those friends that when you don't even seem to amaze me all the time. Because if I remember correctly, when your friend, this so-called friend, mind you, there isn't because of these friends that we are in this situation in the first place. My friends are going to the UK. We follow them here. Now you are listening to those friends. So those friends that you were having that discussion with, that time when you told me about those friends, we were laughing that they were irresponsible for sending their daughters to Nigeria. So now you are listening to those friends.
I didn't know better then. I do now.
Amaka, what is your own point of view about this matter?
Oga therapist, there is no point of view anywhere. My own is that my own baby is not going to Nigeria, because when I was having this baby, when I was pregnant with my baby, I did not have any plan to say that I will send him to live with anybody. And right now, that plan is not changing. It's not changing this minute, and it's not changing ever, ever.
I didn't plan on sending my son back to Nigeria in the first place. But things changed. We just need to be flexible.
Flexible. When it comes to flexibility, it's always about Amaka be flexible. I can be flexible in everything, but you see this one thing, I'm not going to be flexible.
Yeah, Tunde has spoken about a lot of things about the financial aspect, the mental aspect, the emotional aspect, and even not being sexually active, which I know for sure is affecting you at the moment. So, what do you say to that, and what do you think about, trying to go easy on him? And more importantly, his decision sending his son to Nigeria, what other option do you have?
That sex drive thing it's a big deal. It's a big issue now, because I don't know. It's every time now I'm tired, babe. I can't even remember the last time. We started from making timetable now to nothing. I even give up. Like, I stopped asking him for anything again. I just let him day in day, and I day my day.
I mean, when I'm going through all these things and I come home, I'm just too tired to get it up. It's just simple. And she doesn't even do much to stimulate me anyway, so everything is just, it's hard. I'm in turmoil. It's hard, man.
Mr. Therapist, that's his own opinion. You see, his parents, they were in this situation when he was growing up, and they did not die. Our own parents too, my mom, she did not die, and she raised all of us. He too, this is another time for everybody, and this too shall pass. The same way our parents, they were able to go through that situation, and we are here, well and alive. That's the same way he too will go through that situation. This too shall pass, he shall persevere.
Amaka, I don't think that's a fair comparison. That was a different time. And what parents do back then, they can't get away with that same thing if they do it now. So I wouldn't say they are the same.
Yeah, but as I said, my son is not going to live with somebody else. No, it's not happening.
What do you mean somebody else? He's going to stay with family. He can stay with your mom. He can stay with my mom. And if all else fails, he can stay with your sister. We'll just need to be sending them money regularly every month to take care of him.
Tunde, stop it. Stop it. I've been there before. Stop it. I know what I am saying.
Amaka, it seems like there's a deeper issue here. So why not share what the problem is so your husband can understand where you're coming from?
Mr. Therapist. When I was 6 years old, they made me to go and live with an aunt for no reason. And I remember, if I remember correctly, I was beaten for any little thing. They beat me. In fact, I ended up with a scar on my thigh. He used to see the scar, but I don't want to tell him about that. The reason I did not tell him initially about the scar on my thigh was that because of, I don't want him to look at my family like, say, maybe they are wicked or they did me bad. Because now I'm trying to move on and forget about it. And again, when he looks at my thigh every time, I don't want him to be attaching that story onto the thigh. That's why I feel like I didn't want to tell him. But with the therapist, it just came out of nowhere. And the thing is that Every time, that time, it was just because of an ordinary pencil. That was why I was beaten. And every time I try to, it brings up about my son going to live with somebody else. This is so traumatic for me because it bring back all those memories. I felt so scared and abandoned because my mom she just left me with an aunt for no reason. Even after I begged and pleaded that I want to stay back home, but they said no.
But Amaka, I didn't know about this. You've never told me any of this.
Yeah, how can I tell you? Because every time you keep on bringing this conversation back, it's just bringing these ugly memories back to me. I feel so abandoned and scared.
Well, I didn't expect that. I've always seen that scar. I thought it was something else because she was athletic as in school, so I thought it was. I've never bothered to ask her. It's sad, but I'm sorry. It still doesn't change anything. We need to look to the future.
I'm thinking about our survival. I was thinking of how to manage ourselves, and that is what has led me to make this decision for us as a family. It's going to benefit us. It's for me, it's for you, it's even for our son. And by the time it comes back, we'll be better off. If we don't take care of ourselves, then we won't be in the full capacity to take care of him.
Okay. But the thing is, my son is not going to stay away for a long time. Even if I'm even considering this, if I'm even going to consider this, it is just going to be for a short time. And I will be the one controlling it. I must have access to him. And I will go to Nigeria at least 2 times in a year. And it's even going to be 1 year maximum. And I must talk to him every day. And it's going to be with my mom because I know what she can do. She loved me so much, and I know that she's going to take care of the boy very well for me.
Yeah, the deal is 1 year.
Talking to the therapist, and I can see how difficult it has been for him. Honestly, it's not that easy as well. I'm not going to lie because now that I'm working and he's also working, we need to be planning about the whole who to stay with the baby when one is at work. But I thought it was working for both of us. I thought we were like putting through together. But now that I see that it's difficult, that's how I just feel like, because every time now it's Amaka this, Amaka that. Okay, I said, okay, fine. Just 1 year. 1 year. After 1 year, if he like, his ex-wife might not come back. I don't care. Me, I'll go to Nigeria and bring my son back. That's why I agree, so that it's not be like, Amaka, your wala is too much.
In 1 year, we'll fix this. And when it gets back, things will be better.
1 year, Tunde, 1 year. You have 1 year to sort out your finances and all your debts and your sex drive.
1 year.
You have just 1 year.
I've heard 1 year. 1 year is fine. We'll fix it.
Are you saying you're open to sending your son back home?
Yeah, if it is
What
just
are your terms?
I can only like manage for just 1 year. As I said earlier, just 1 year, because I can't leave my son so far away from me, and I'll have to be wondering what he's up to, if he has eaten, how he's been, and his mental health and stuff like that.
If it makes you feel better, you can stay with your mom.
Yeah,
I trust her too. You will stay with your mom. Yeah. You check on him every day. I trust her too. She's my mom also. And he might even come back with pot belly and an attitude because she will spoil him.
1 year maximum.
1 year, deal.
Yeah, 1 year. Of course, 1 year. Deal. 1 year.
That's good. What I'm witnessing right now is a great compromise. And it's not just compromise, it is partnership. And that's what, therapy, having meaningful conversation is all about. You guys are on the right path, and I'm so happy for both of you. So sometimes healing doesn't come from holding on tightly, but from learning how and when to let go. So this isn't about abandonment, it's about sacrifice, it's about love, it's about you guys making compromise and setting a brighter future for each other. So thank you for coming to therapy today. I'll see you next session. It was a great session today, and I'm happy that Tunde, for the first time, it was actually very vulnerable, talking about the feelings, talking about his feelings and why he's hurt. And Amaka, she also spoke about a traumatic experience. So it was a really successful session.
Today's session was okay. The therapist was in a different mood, surprisingly, and I'm happy with the outcome. We decided to be renting out the house registered with Airbnb, and yeah, it's been bringing in some funds, which is not as much as I expected, but yeah, it's been plugging some holes. We are still going to sell it, by the way, so we go still sell them. She has no say over that matter, so yeah.
I'm tired already, because now everybody can see that today is Wala is just too much for me. It's too much because I'm the one doing a lot of compromising, and I don't even know what's going on with our marriage anymore because it's obviously so much. I feel like I wish this therapy session, I just hope that it's going to help us to enjoy the rest, at least this 1 year that is asking for. Maybe things will be more better, hopefully. We'll spend more time together as husband and wife because our sex life has been
So mama, don't you wait on me. Don't wait up, don't wait up. No mama, don't you wait for me. I'll be back by